So we are 2.5 weeks post British finals now. I am into my reverse dieting, as we like to call it. I'll give you a rundown of what I've done post show and go from there. I've mentioned on my Instagram stories that I was going to document reverse dieting, why I'm doing it, and also reverse training, because I'm doing that as well. I don't think many people actually do that, so I'm going to go into that just a little bit. Firstly, apologise for the marks on my top. I've just been baking some delicious healthy recipes, and yeah, I've got chocolate on me. So post show I relaxed my diet obviously with my next meal that I had, indulged way too much, and took a couple of days off after that where I just kind of ate what I want. I actually do eat quite clean for my diet anyway. So the next morning, from eating obviously a lot of heavily dense carbohydrate food and sugars, I was so bloated. I actually went back to just eating a really clean diet. The next morning I woke up and just had eggs and a protein shake. I then went straight back onto chicken and veg with a little bit of rice in a meal, and had roast dinner on the Monday with family and friends. And then after that I kind of just indulged and just went with my body, and if I craved something I kind of just ate it really. A lot of chocolate was consumed in that time, a lot of cake. My sister made me these delicious brownies, and I just ate them all the time. And since then I've kind of found, we're 2.5 weeks out, past show now, I found my cravings are through the roof. I don't even really like chocolate as a person, but I found I'm craving chocolate, and I'm eating so, I've eaten, I reckon I've probably eaten about 10 protein bars, grenade bars, since I've been off stage. And I've eaten, we're talking share bars of Galaxy, 2, maybe 3 of them. I haven't eaten takeaways, I haven't eaten like McDonald's and stuff like that, or fish and chips. It's just been chocolate that I'm craving. And one of my very, very good friends and colleagues that I work with, Craig Barton, is fantastic with blood chemistry, nutrition, really clued up in it. So I spoke to him and just asked him, and long story short, he basically just explained that coming out of competition, when you've kind of played around with your diet, and they're just the chemical imbalances in your body, and there is an imbalance in my body at the moment, and it's going to take a little while to reset that. I dropped my water on the run up to the British finals, so at the minute I feel really puffy, I'm really watery, and like I say, my cravings are just another level, and that's all to do with kind of my leptin levels and the ghrelin levels in my body are just very unbalanced at the moment. It'll reset itself. I'm 2 weeks, as I say, 2.5 weeks post show. It's probably going to be another 4 or 5 weeks until it kind of just gets back to being classed as normal really. And again, like my sodium levels, it's going to take a little bit for all of that. I didn't manipulate my sodium, but again, it's just going to, your salt levels in your body, your body's here at the end of the day to protect itself, right? And that's all my body is doing at the moment. We've got a really good group chat on Facebook with a lot of competitors, bikini girls, figure girls of all our levels, that we're having like a prep recipe group, and we all just talk and discuss the problems that we're going through. We've got the thing I found this year with competing, and I've competed with the PCA, the network of people is just unbelievable. The support you've got with everybody, and for a group of girls, there's not really any bitchiness in the PCA. We all support each other, and anyway, I feel really nice with them. So we've been chatting, sharing recipe ideas, talking about the foods we eat, and actually spoke on there this week, yesterday actually, about my cravings. I just can't control my cravings. I wake up in the morning and I look at myself and I don't have, at the minute, you can't really see, I don't really have abs. I'm sat down and stuff. I'm in shape, but I don't have abs like I did in the run up to my stage for 2 or 3 weeks before then. I feel really watery. I feel like I'm 10 weeks out, blatantly not looking like I'm 10 weeks out, but that's mentally how I do feel. And so we spoke in this group about it, and luckily everybody's feeling exactly the same. Everyone's craving, everyone is sticking to, and I am sticking to my base meals. You know, my 5 meals I have a day, I stick to them. Sometimes I do have my evening meal with my mum and with family, or if I'm with a friend I'll do that, and I'll combine my meal 4 and meal 5 for my protein and my carb consumption together, just because I don't want to have to weigh a meal as such, but I can gauge how much I need. But it just means I can eat a little bit more, a bigger quantity than eating 2 small meals. Socially, it fits in a little bit better. It's less stress. I'm trying to like fit into society a little bit, but at the same time trying to manage and follow my macros and a diet as such. So anyway, with my reverse dieting, so I am reverse dieting. So basically all that means is, as you're kind of coming into a show, you're starting here and you're taking food out as you come into a show. So it's getting lower and lower and lower, your carbohydrates, for example, into a show. So then you're down at this bottom. All you're doing when you're reverse dieting is then increasing it week by week to get your calories back up to a similar level as where you first started your prep at. And how I'm going to be doing that, I'll be monitoring it with my coach. A lot of it will be done on my own, but I will use him to help me and guide me, and just to give me that assurance, really. So we're adding food, and it'll probably be like 50 grams of carbs each week to my meals, and watch that, gauge my weight, gauge how I'm feeling, my appetite, and increase or keep it and maintain for another week or so as we go along. I'm also going to be reverse training. So I took, when did I come here? On a Sunday, I took 5 or 6 days off my training. My body was just really tired. My body was exhausted. I just did a couple of light circuits on the Thursday, Friday after my show. And even doing my light circuits, and you're only talking, I did maybe 4 sets and a circuit, 1 muscle group on my body parts, full body circuit. My body was knackered, and I'm only sticking to the 20 rep range with that, so it was really, really lightweight, and I was exhausted afterwards. So come the Friday, I just decided, after I'd done the circuit, I went home and slept for a couple of hours, and my cravings hit then, ate more chocolate. So I just decided to not train, to take another few days off. I spoke with my coach and just said that I'm exhausted, like I'm tired, and he was really reassuring and kind of it told me how it was that I feel when I'm looking at my fellow competitors and other people are back in the gym lifting really heavy, and I said to my coach, I can't do that, my body's fucked, excuse my language. What, like, do I need a plan? Do I need to be getting back in the gym? Do I need to be getting my training down, like lifting as heavy as I can while I'm eating all this bad food and stuff like that? And you just said no, like no, for plain and simply, you're not doing that for the next sort of 6 weeks. No, there's no heavy lifting, Jenna. Your body is in a rebound phase. You're swollen. Your joints need relubricating, really, and you need to get everything back to normal. Now, if you go in the gym and you're shifting some heavy poundage, I'm the most prone out of a whole year to injury right now. My body's trying to recover and repair itself. By a little circuit, and I felt how my body was, you're prone to injury. Now, last year when I competed, I wasn't educated on this. So I went straight back into lifting as heavy as I could. And in the September, bearing in mind I finished in the May, June, went into an off season. That's the brownies cooked. Went into my off season, I couldn't I was struggling to lift the weights that I was, and by the September time I tweaked my hamstring and pulled my hamstring, actually had a little minor tear in it. I then on the same day decided I can't train my hamstrings, I've just pulled that, I'll train upper body, and I had a little tear in my shoulder. Now that's my body telling me it's tired. And I then had 3 months off training because I fell out of love, I lost my passion for it, blah blah blah. So this year I'm training smart. I'm going to reverse train. So as you go into a show, start your prep, you're still shifting heavy weight. So you're in the 6 to 8, maybe 10 for some people, 6 to 8 rep range for me, lifting heavy weights. Rep range and my sets are low. I then, after a couple of weeks, up it to then going into the 10 to 12 rep range, hitting more hypertrophy. Then as the time goes on and you get closer to show, it's 12, 15, and then you're hitting your last couple of sort of 2 weeks or so is kind of more your circuit work. So then you're going into your 20, up to your 30 rep range, and it's just volume that you're doing then. So yeah, all I'm doing, again the same with my diet, I went from low rep range to high rep range. All I'm going to do is reverse that back down. So this week all my reps have been sort of 15 to 20, no more than 20 really, 15 to 20, still lifting heavy, but a bit not stupid, not dangerous, and nothing that's going to put me out. I'm still suffering from, I trained legs the other day, and I'm still suffering quite badly with DOMS actually mid workout. So that's a sign that my body's still sore. So I'm having regular sports massages with Andrew Naylor, and he's looking after me, just making sure that nothing's going to be too tight, that I can get the most out of all my workouts. I'm going to monitor that for a week or two. I'm then going to lower my rep range into the 10 to 12. I'm logging every single workout that I do so I can see where my strength is starting to come back up. And I'm not just going to guesstimate, I'm actually going to log it and monitor what my lifts are. Then after a couple of weeks, another week or two maybe, if I'm still progressing, I'll then come down into the 8 to 10 rep range. And then my strength, hopefully, in the next sort of 4 weeks, will be back up to normal. And in those 4 weeks, I'll gauge that by the food that I'm eating. So by then, my food should be up. My strength should be able to come back up then, because I'm eating more food. I'm going to have more reserved energy to use for my workouts, and I'm going to be getting back to normal. I don't want injuries this year. I'm training so smart. I'm not just going to shift heavy weight. Everything I do is going to be for functional reasons. It's going to be to coincide with what I can do. I'm not chasing numbers. I'm chasing form. I'm chasing feeling and executing the exercises properly. So I'm going to be looking at every lift that I do, whether it's going to be concentric, eccentric, whether I do want to lift that, just get that heavy weight up, focusing on the squeeze and contracting my muscles properly. I'm not bothered if I don't lift heavy weight, as long as I'm getting the best out of my workout, then that's it. So I'm going to be looking at the tempo of every lift that I do, my range of motion, and yeah, kind of just going from there. So that's just a quick rundown of what I'm doing, where I'm at over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully it'll be a really exciting off season. I've got some awesome news that is going to be coming soon. I can't talk about it yet until it's all confirmed, but it looks to be an amazing off season for me and a great start for my career in the fitness industry. So keep following. Any questions, pop them in the comments below. I'll happily answer them for you. Follow me, subscribe, watch my other videos. Follow me on Instagram, it's Jenna_BFit, and follow my business page, which is Jenna B Health and Fitness. And I will look forward to talking to you more and updating you in a couple of weeks on where I'm at again. Alright?